Yeah, send her forward her the link I sent you and get her in here. I don't know what happened to our good old minister, but I'm sure I'll get a message later being like, "Oh shit, sorry, man."
Yeah, we'll find out what happened to Jap. Like I said, I'm still on vacation this week, so I mean, we'll be able to find him.
Hello, Cat.
Hey.
There she is.
Miss Wife.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Drexel. Hey.
I prefer just Wifey.
Oh, no, it's going to be... Now that you've told me that Mrs. Drexel is not okay, that's what I'm going to use.
But we got Cat here, who I just saw earlier this morning.
Today.
Yeah.
I guess we'll play the intro and get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 68 of the Migtown podcast, your only weekly source for last-second plan changes. As usual, I'm producer Tim. Joining me is Mayor of Migtown, Drexel. Say hi.
Hello, everybody. We got our special guest in the house today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm NCAA Cat, or also Wifey.
There she is. What a sweet voice to have on here on this marvelous Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Kat, since last time you were on the show, I've seen you, let me think, 3 times since then. Trip 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
They have been eventful.
Very, weirdly enough.
Well, that's a great opening. Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Wait, where to begin? Kat, you can
I
take
think
it away.
we have to start chronologically.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Trip 5. They all start to blend.
Is that the second apple crisp?
That's the second apple crisp, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, apple crisp 1 was, we were in the middle of a live chat making an apple crisp.
Oh, yeah.
And then after we made the apple crisp, we played Mario Party with Yoshkin and Koopa.
Which I have something against them.
Oh, no, you only have something against Yoshkin.
Okay, then yeah, sorry, not them. Just
because so Yosh was like, he's destroying us, right? Because we were on a board we were unfamiliar with, and he was like sitting there just putting in work, right? It's like the last 3 turns, he's using items and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
his turns took 15 minutes each.
So yeah, he shows up and does all that, and the next thing I know, it's taking him forever to get his last turns in. Next thing I know, we finally finished the game. She's literally nodding off mid-turn. It was the last, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 turns. She's like this, nodding off, nodding off, nodding off. I was like, we got 4 turns. We got to make it through this. No bullshit. In the last 3 turns, Tim, I went from I'm going to make it to, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I no bullshit. When you just get hit with that tired bug, right? You're sitting there and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, dude, I think I'm about to literally pass out standing up, or in this case, sitting down.
I've had that happen a few times.
In cars. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's a good example. In a car, that happens, right? Where you're driving home, you go like this.
And you're doing the,
oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, you're like, oh shit. I either get home or pull over.
It was so bad at the very end. I finished my turn and I told Drex, I'm going up and I'm gonna wash my face, brush my teeth. That way, the minute we end this, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it was instantaneous too. It was even worse than some of my my couch sleeps at her place, which have gotten more outlandish over time. Tim, it's gotten so bad with this couch. I'm not joking though. Okay, here's the thing. Even though I get teased for all of the videos she's taken of me passed out on her couch, at least she can openly admit now on the show. Would you say that this couch does have a mysterious power to put you to sleep?
It's a very comfortable couch, yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing, is maybe Drex caught narcolepsy from Nick.
Yeah,
that's what you can blame it on.
No, he's this last trip, the entire day Saturday, I'm pretty sure he was asleep.
Wait, did we watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre that day, or was that Sunday?
Wait, what day?
Which day we watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That was Sunday. We were supposed to do it Saturday, but you kept falling asleep.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, Saturday was a wash for me.
Yeah,
but
because I took a nap
yeah, you did.
when you went on Flash.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I like halfway passed out there, and I had to get off. And then next thing I know, I fell out again. Like I'm talking, it was like back to back to back. I just couldn't get I couldn't stay awake. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do I keep going to sleep?
Well, because I spent most of it playing Crash.
Yeah, we'll get to that. we'll get to the crash.
Well, Drex, you
Crash
want to talk about
Bandicoot.
sleep problems? Guess what I discovered?
Uh-oh.
So I've been watching quite a bit of the Ukraine stuff, right? And I'm not going to get into a conversation about that, but you watch the live cams. When it's nighttime here, it's daytime over there. And I discovered that if I watch, even on a video camera, a blue sky and sunshine, I can't sleep.
Really?
I was up till like 5 a.m. last night.
That makes one of us, because
Drex doesn't have that problem.
if you just sit on this couch, I'm telling you, Tim,
I'll go to NCAA Cat's house and
it's so brutal.
Borrow
You
her
sit
couch.
down and you're like, no, I'm good.
It's the running joke that like if like we actually were married, in like the prenup, it would say that he got the couch.
Prenup and posting up.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing though. Like we look at trip 5. Like I said, these trips have been so eventful, and like we're sitting there hanging out, talking shit, playing games. In between all the times that I'm passing out on the couch, and it's really a trip because we have these every time that we go out in public, weird interactions start happening, right?
Oh my gosh, do they?
Kat, we had a special interaction at a special place.
Oh my gosh, Winn-Dixie, your favorite place.
Yeah, my personal fave. I mean, you can tell everybody what happened.
Well, I think it needs to be a joint storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to Winn-Dixie for the second apple crisp ingredients. We had most of the other stuff already. We had to get the apples. And we were sitting there at the apple bin stuff, debating on which kinds we were going to get, because we knew there was one last time that we didn't like. And I couldn't remember which one. Drex, you said you did.
I did. So we had this. Kat and I are sitting in the apple aisle,
having the most domesticated disagreement.
Yeah, we're arguing over apples.
Over apples.
So, okay, we both agree that the Honey Crisps were the ones that when you baked them into the apple crisp, they came out well, right? They came out sweet.
Yeah.
So the argument became over what was there was one apple that we had in there that we knew was it was way too tart, right? And so the question was it golden?
No, dude, that was a disagreement. I said one was too sweet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said one was too sweet. Maybe it was too tart.
Yeah. We remember because remember we couldn't figure out what was the more tart apple. Was it Granny Smith or Golden Delicious? And I said it's got to be Granny Smith. And you're like, I think it's Golden Delicious. I was like, no, because Granny Smith. And then so we're talking about we're having this argument or discussion or whatever, right?
And my back is to the rest of the aisle. I'm holding the bag, be like, okay, fine. He finds oh, that's your problem? I don't care. We're going with this now.
Yeah. It was so. Yeah, well, you guys got to remember this though. So the apple crisp recipe calls for different types of apples if you so choose, right?
Well, you can use one, but we like to use a variety.
Yeah. They say that they go it's best to have a variety because if you just have in order to balance out your apple crisp, it's good to have one that's a little tart, a little more sweet, and then a little balance, right? So ideally you have like Honey Crisp, then Pink Lady, and maybe Golden Delicious, right?
You and your Pink Lady.
So the Pink Lady, as we all know, has sweet and tart, right? That's what makes the Pink Lady unique, right? At this Winn-Dixie, they have Pink Lady. Oh, wait, my bad. They have Pink Lady inside of a goddamn bag. And you're like,
that's 12 apples.
Yeah, it's 12. It's dude, I just need one or two. I don't need a whole bag of apples. I don't need a tote bag, right? So as we're having this argument, this random fucking German Shepherd, who's probably about 70, just appears out of thin air
and taps me on the shoulder. Yeah. And he's like, ma'am, is he bothering you? Well, I'm holding a bag of apples that he's dropping them into.
This is such a shit show. So she's saying that.
And I'm looking at her like she's crazy because she is.
Yep, she was definitely crazy. Looked crazy. And she says this, and I kind of gave her like this perplexed look, like, wait, what the fuck? Like, because
I think we both did. I think we were both like highly confused.
yeah, we're like, because here's the thing. I've talked about this both on Nick's show and on this show. Because of my physical stature, a lot of my like behavior or intent gets misconstrued, right? Like, oh my God, he's a menace. Just by me existing on Earth as a large black guy, it's, oh my God, I fear the worst. When usually
Well,
I'm just sitting there, like not doing anything.
see what? I don't know that we talked about trip 4 because that was Nikki's.
Wait, which one? Which one was that?
Trip 4, I think, was Nikki's West, and that's when I got completely ghosted because they were
Yeah.
all obsessed with you.
Wasn't that the gas station story?
No, that
No,
was
it's not a
trip,
gas. No,
Was that 2?
no, it wasn't
2 or
2.
3?
It was 4.
No,
I
the
think.
gas station was the
What happened to the gas? Oh no, yeah, gas station was 2.
that was 2. Yeah, we had a German Shepherd wearing a horrible wig, a Donald Trump toupee, looking
Yeah,
terrible.
basically.
And then that was like you had like the black racist people who because like, okay, when anyone in Alabama sees Cat and I just like literally existing on Earth, there's all these like looks, a snicker or two based on where we are, and like we're literally just doing regular shit. Like I said, here we are, shopping for apples. We were at the movies and the people were cool because they were younger people. I think that was a major difference. But it's like everywhere else, there's always something. It's always like it's a look. Her neighbors don't talk to her anymore.
At Nikki's West, I might as well not have existed.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, man,
like
you play ball,
cafeteria
man."
style line, and the guys just kept like stopping Drex and talking to him and asking him all these questions and like literally just ignoring me. I'm just like, I'm trying to get food too here.
they forgot that she existed. They literally were like, oh man, I forgot that you came in with somebody, and you just like I said, I think for those of you out there who will listen to this, like, because some people talk, I've talked about like, the whole like identity politics and stuff. I go, sometimes you can, if you want to kind of like know the truth, you can flip that shit on its head by doing social experiments, right?
That's all I am to you.
Yeah, social experiment. The thing is, like, I've talked about this, like I said, on Nick's show, where when I'm out with Nick's kids, right? Because it's the girls that go with me, the boys always stay at home. So when I'm out with one of the girls, it's the looks, right? It's these weird interactions that I have with people when they see me with one of Nick's daughters, right? Like we're out in public, grabbing food or something.
Well, you have to understand too, like if all of Nick's daughters were to stand on each other's shoulders, they'd be the same height as you.
Yeah, right.
To get all together.
But Tim, here's what makes that so funny though. Let's just say for the sake of argument, right? You were a random passerby and you didn't know, like, you're like, oh, this guy, this might be something, insidious. If that was your first thought, you know what should be your second thought? If this guy is supposed to be such a creep, how come this kid seems very calm and familiar and very relaxed around this person, right?
Elizabeth Smart.
Drex.
Oh, yeah.
You need to go back to the story of Winn-Dixie, where the lady literally did a 180 after trying to rescue me from you.
Oh yeah. Oh
reason.
God. Yeah. So yeah, back to the story about this German Shepherd. So this chick, as we explained to her that, Cat.
No, like we're good.
We're good. And she's like, well, honey, I can take him from you. I can take him. And then she said,
yeah, it's like, if he ever gives you any trouble, it's fine. I can take it.
Yeah. I'll show him. And I'm like looking like, what the fuck?
Anyways, and we have our little buggy, and
yeah, I'm like, where did this shit come from? Like, I'm looking over.
We got our apples, and we're going down the soda aisle to get Drex's Buffalo Rock.
Shameless shill. If you're in the state of Alabama, find that yellow package known as Buffalo Rock Ginger Ale. It is the spiciest and most potent ginger ale you'll find. Go ahead.
No, so we go down that. And all of a sudden, said she does a 180. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are the cutest couple." We're just like, "What?"
You should start telling
like, you
people
literally just accused him of like trying to kidnap me or something.
Yeah, it started getting weird. So she says,
Oh no, that's just the first. We kind of like just brushed that off.
like,
Though.
that's funny, right? Like, so okay,
Yeah.
you're in an aisle getting some ginger ale, right? You're like,
Well, because
that's
like
funny.
we're just like talking like back and forth to each other like, about we have a grocery list because we're married. And so we have a grocery list and we're going through it. I'm like, okay, let's go get the ginger ale next because that's like right here. And so we're just talking back and forth. I'm pushing the buggy. You know, he's like he's nearby, like walking with me. And all of a sudden, she just comes up from behind us with nothing in her buggy.
Nothing.
Which might not be weird because she theoretically just got there. Drex, the next thing?
Yeah, so we're there, and she does we go down another aisle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another aisle, and another aisle. Each aisle that we walk down, I'm not joking, the same German Shepherd. You guys are just the cutest. I'm like, wait a minute. I haven't seen you buy anything.
There's nothing. There's still nothing in her
nothing
buggy.
in her cart. There's nothing in her little basket. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I've seen you in 4 different aisles, right? Because like that same trip is that the I think we got like meat. Is that the time we got chicken, or was that the other time?
No, that was when we first made the apple crisp because that's when you were like, oh my god, the chicken breasts in Alabama are ginormous.
Yeah, they were ginormous. These were like double D cups, fucking surgically enhanced chicken breasts. But like, we're out there and like we're getting stuff to just like like on the list, right? We're getting stuff on the list. I think we went and got whatever we were missing.
What were we? Because we had to go to we were making omelets.
Is that time we made omelets? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, because we didn't do dinner.
Onions,
we
peppers,
made breakfast.
Yep. So we're getting the ingredients for omelets. Every single aisle, here she is talking about how we're the cutest couple. Yet she has nothing in her basket. And
I was trying to figure out why we were in the egg aisle, but that's why.
Yeah. We're in every aisle. We like it didn't matter where we were. She had the same reaction. But then like when it was finally time for us to leave, we see her again. And I'm like,
in our checkout, she follows us to our checkout line, which is actually like we were in the front of it, but like people came in behind us. So it was actually a longer line.
Yep.
She got in that to follow us. And then while we were like checking out, getting all of our stuff, she's like, honey, if he ever gives you any trouble, just send him to my house. I'll straighten him up.
I mean, that could have been taken a lot of different ways.
Thanks.
I mean, it was like I say, okay. From my perspective, though, right? I'm sitting here listening to this chick, and here I am listening to this fossil, who's clearly deranged, and I'm like,
she goes 180 like in the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, I'm like, well, what? Like,
because every other time during the aisles, we're the cutest couple.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Like it was a very weird interaction.
Maybe she's the mother of the unbreaded guy.
Oh, Jesus. It could have been.
I just remember me and Drex getting in the car. We got all the stuff in, and we kind of get settled. I think I cranked the car up, and I'm like, she was weird, right?
Yeah. Okay. When you have those interactions in life where, like, once you're away from that whole scenario, you kind of, like, sit down for a quick second, like,
did that just happen?
Did that just happen? Like,
yeah.
It was just as bizarre as, like, the Zaxby's experience. The fact that Kat's neighbors don't speak to her anymore.
Well, they did for a little bit, but then you showed up again.
Just look him right in the eye and just be like, yeah, he left a bag of garbage.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. They've seen me take out her garbage. Because like Kat has been at work.
He flew all the way down from Minnesota to just take out my garbage.
Yeah, just take out the garbage. And like I said, this was crazy. If these people just saw us interact, we're doing like literally regular stuff. It's their own projection onto whatever they think it is. That's why they're always like, oh, there's something going on. And like we'll like be sitting there like I said, I'm passed out on the couch while she's playing Crash.
The most thing that they probably hear me yell is motherfucker.
Yeah, but she says a lot while playing Crash.
Look, I died too many times.
You definitely do, boo. It's crazy because like we're on these trips. And here we are, trip 5, and like I said, even it doesn't matter if we go to movies, whatever. Like the nature of our trips are pretty chill. It's just the interactions that we have during these trips that makes you go, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, how did we get here? Like, I mean, like I said, I introduced her to something beautiful, which obviously was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
No, okay, I was gonna actually mention that because I was like, oh, it's like a normal like friendship or whatever. I was like, yeah, I don't think normal friends like literally pin their hands in their lap so they can't cover their face.
look, it built
He
character.
grabbed both of my wrists in his hands and pinned them down so I couldn't cover my face.
Cat, do you need me to come over there and straighten him out for you?
No, I got the lady from Winn-Dixie for that. She's just right down the road.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'll save you a plane ticket.
Wink twice into the camera if you're being held hostage. No,
because I was like, look, I'm only asking for one thing.
Drex, that's why I don't like it when people are like, "Oh, I don't see color, man." Yeah, you're telling me that you'd have the exact same reaction if Drexel was following you in an alleyway versus if Cat was following you in an alleyway?
Yeah, these people are fraudulent. Like it's okay to say like, you know, the truth, right? Like we always talk about that on this show.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, and I will say, like, as far as like, there is still a big height difference. Like, Drex is basically a foot taller than me, but I'm not short.
No, I am.
I mean,
You're the size of a spoon, but yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. But
You fight like a married couple too.
It's just like it's not like it's like, oh, this tiny like super vulnerable person. Although maybe according to Drex, I am. Since I'm the size of a spoon.
You are the size of a spoon. In fact, she's so much the size of a spoon. I forgot to tell you guys during trip 5. Yeah, because I'm looking at my phone right here. During trip 5, I'm sitting there. We went to a restaurant called The 5. Now I'm going to give them
oh my God.
2 thumbs down.
Oh my God, that place was so bad.
It was okay. I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. This is for everybody who's out there, and they always look at like, you know, like when you're in a certain area and you go like this. I don't know what I want to eat, and then you go on Google, you type in restaurants near me, right? And then you just look at.
Well, we were looking for like a biscuit brunch, like kind of breakfasty place, but like it was like 10:30 or something. So we were just Googling, like, oh, let's just find something unique to Birmingham because you know you're not here all the time.
And then we settle on The 5, and we're like, oh yeah, this should be cool.
Hold on, The 5 had one redeeming quality.
It did,
and it was the maitre d', the lady.
Yeah, so shout out to the hostess of
hostess. Sorry,
The 5.
I didn't know what they were called.
So a 6-foot blonde.
She was super pretty, super sweet.
She was.
And like genuinely adorable because it took her the entire time. Like, oh my God, I didn't realize how tall you were. And Drex like, I didn't realize how tall you were.
Yeah. Okay. So you know when you go into a restaurant and you have people who are sitting up on those, they're sitting on like blocks. You know what I'm talking about, Tim?
Yeah.
Where like the hostess they're like in like a little booth and they're like standing up.
It's a step up.
It's like a step up. So when they're like this, oh, let me take you to your seat, and then they step down, and you're like, oh, she's 5'5". This chick, I'm like, holy shit, this chick is tall. And I'm thinking like, she's standing up on
you
something.
didn't realize that until we were literally about to sit down, and she was almost eye level.
Yeah. I'm looking at. I think she said, was she 6 foot or 6'2"? I can't remember.
I don't know. I thought it was 6 foot, but she may have been 6'2" because she also had on heels.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Or
she was
boots
6'2"
or something.
Yeah, she was 6'2". Yeah, she had heels on, and I remember being like, holy! Like, I was like, God damn! Like, it kind of
because she was excited too because you were so tall.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, shit! Now, the only thing that caught me off guard more than this 6'2" hostess
was how it was also invisible again.
You were.
It's like that meme, you know that meme where there's a hot chick walking down the street and the guy looks at
the guy looks at her. Oh, it was basically that meme.
Cat's just sitting there going.
It's just that, but only around food.
Well, and this was crazy. We end up with this server, right?
Who is fruitier?
This dude
than a fruitcake.
Had a lot of sugar in his coffee. He had a whole lot. Like, his diet is just sugar.
He wasn't doing wrist curls.
Yeah. So we get this dude, and I'm like, we show up there. I'm like asking about, what's good or whatever. He's like,
okay, no. First off, he wouldn't come in. Drex like, why don't you get his attention? And I heard him talk to the people next to us. Like, Drex, I don't think this is my job.
Oh yeah. This dude was sugary sweet, man.
I was like, I don't think this is my job to get his attention. I think this might be on you.
Yeah, this dude was sweeter than the fucking caramel apple beignets I got. Well then, look,
oh yeah, those were really sweet.
Those were really sweet. Not as sweet as our server, but what was crazy is Okay, so you guys gotta understand, man. I got chicken and waffles here. For those of you who have ever gotten chicken and waffles, there's a fundamental rule, right? It's universal. It's white meat for chicken and waffles. This is well known to anybody, right? When you're getting a breast, or you're getting like boneless, skinless breasts, or where they fry, they deep fry them. In this one, they gave me dark meat. I'm looking like, wait a minute.
We looked at their menu beforehand, and he saw the chicken waffles. Like, oh my gosh, like they're doing it right, chicken breast.
And then it came.
And we get there, and he like looked at it like, this isn't chicken breast. He's like, they fooled me.
Look, there's nothing I hate more than going anywhere and someone gives me fucking dark meat chicken. I'm like, no, I don't like legs and thighs. No.
That's a good thing. Some the size of a spoon.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for our marriage. But I did redeem myself though the next day or 2 days later.
Oh wait, you know what you did?
Actually, you really redeemed yourself because you're the one that saw it. Well, actually, I redeemed myself with Mama Goldberg's, but then you saw Maple Street biscuits, and we're like, let's just go there.
Oh man.
And I will say, they are very good.
Yeah, for all of you in the Alabama area, if you guys can get yourselves to Maple Street.
Homewood.
Yeah, get to Homewood, go to Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Biscuit Company.
Oh, so I'm looking at the picture right now. Yeah, you did steal my gravy. I'm looking at the picture.
Wait, I didn't. I still don't know what you got gravy with.
It's me. Look, I'm gonna send it to you right now, so you can look down at your phone.
Okay.
Because you're still delusional.
I don't remember stealing your gravy.
You got a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Because it was really good.
It was. It looked good, but it was too hot for her.
Oh. See, Kat, you're the reason why every time I go to a restaurant and order hot wings, they make them with Frank sauce, and that's it. When I see wings on the menu and it's like, oh, it's medium, hot, really hot, very hot, right? It just means they're just all medium.
I did steal your gravy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she stole some gravy. This place was great. We looked up another place called Alabama Biscuit Company.
Well, that's where we're gonna go first.
Yeah, and let me just say this: we never went there. This is no knock on them. I'm sure they make great food.
No, their biscuit and gravy is really good, but everything we were looking at was like super, like a little bit too fancy for mine and Drexel's taste that day.
They were trying to do more of like the hippy dippy kind of cuisine, right? Like,
well, they had fried eggs too, and you didn't like that. They were runny.
Yeah.
Yeah, soft.
When's the last time? Okay, Tim. Have you ever been to a restaurant in your whole life where someone said, "Yeah, man, we got a fried egg sandwich, soft fried egg"? You're like, "What the hell's a soft fried egg?" Right? I don't know what the hell that is. Like, what is a soft fried egg? Like, it doesn't sound like something I want.
Look, I'll just have a Denver sandwich.
Yeah, right. I'm looking it up right now.
So they don't. We were looking up their stuff, but we were both looking at it. I was like, yeah, I don't think that this is. Or feeling, so we went to Mama Goldberg's when they were open.
Yeah, when they were.
Because it was at trip 6 they got mad at us, or was it trip 5 they got mad at us?
Koopa, get the goblins.
I'm looking at the menu right now for Alabama Biscuit Company, and yeah,
unbreaded soft egg.
Okay, let me give you guys. Let me give you. I'm gonna find just like a regular thing. They got specials. I'm gonna go with something that's just like normal, right? Grainless granola, right? So on this item, almonds, pecans, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, coconut pulp, dried blueberries, dried cranberries, maple syrup, honey, coconut oil, cinnamon, and cardamom. What? What fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, look. Tim, you want to go there for a sandwich, right? Let me see what we got for you, Tim. We're going to get you a sandwich. Here's a bacon du jour. It says house spiced persimmon butter, local apple, Kunica butter, farm egg, grass-fed cheddar, grain mustard, fennel. What?
Yeah, that is some hipster stuff.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I live in a big city here in Calgary, right? And we have those neighborhoods, right? Go down to Kensington or Inglewood, and that's where those restaurants are. don't get me wrong, they have pretty good. They make good waffles because they'll throw every berry in existence on them.
I don't think this place does waffles.
Yeah, I'm looking
but-
at their menu. Like, yeah, so Tim, no waffles.
Oh, and they give you like brown sugar for your tea.
Yeah, they just do all this shit, and I'm just kind of like,
And it's like, it comes in like a stick. Drex, do you remember those candy sticks you used to eat from the convenience store?
Yep.
Right? It was just like a tube of sugar.
Yep.
That's how they serve you sugar at these restaurants for your tea. It's just this little mini tube of like brown cane sugar.
My thing is real simple. Like when it comes down to it, because there's a time and place for that, right? And like I said, I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying that that's not my taste. Maybe if I tried it, maybe it'd be great, right? Yeah. I know for one thing, I only like eggs 2 ways and 2 ways only. Hard fried, right? Because I don't do that yolk shit. I don't do that, I don't want to bite into something that's gooey. You see what I'm saying? That was bad habit.
There might be we might have to call Ken in here to talk about that.
Yeah. Wait. When you start talking about like man, I don't want anything gooey. It's just not my fucking thing, right? So it's gonna be a scrambled egg or it's gonna be a hard fried egg. And I mean, Kat and I have tried different restaurants. We'll go to certain spots. And I mean, like I said, Mama Goldberg's posted a thing. We went there. I have it right here.
No, we went to Maple Street first, and we were trying to hold out till like 10:30 whenever they opened. But it was getting really busy. We'd already been done with our food, and we were kind of like, let's just get rid of the table that way someone else can sit because like we're done.
And then we saw the thing.
So we walked down to Mama Goldberg's. No. They're open. Like they're not open yet.
No, they were closed. Okay, so remember,
they were closed, but it was their normal business hours.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we'll just go tomorrow because it was one of the playoff games. I think.
Yeah, it was a playoff game, and we said, okay, no big deal. We'll just go tomorrow, right? So Tim, we go back.
There's now a sign posted on.
I'm looking at this. I have a picture of it right here. I want you guys to listen to these hours and tell me if you don't think this place deserves to eat a bag of fucking dicks.
Oh, and this is after them getting mad at us for showing up during another playoff game because they closed at 8:30 and we showed up at 8.
Yeah, no. They closed at 8:30. Google said 9. We showed up at 8:24. Remember that? It was like we showed up. We're like,
because I remember they were asking if we were gonna if you
did they tip us a lot? Like, because I'm like, so Tim, the sign says open, right? Google says they're closed at 9. We show up, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
because it was halftime.
Halftime. They got 30 minutes to close." The look they gave us, I'm like, "What the hell? Like, what the fuck is that?" Just this attitude.
And this is the one time it wasn't because it was a big black guy and a tiny white chick,
right?
Although they were probably thinking that too.
They're probably thinking that too.
I don't think so. They're pretty blue haired and pink haired over there.
Yeah. Those are the most racists,
right?
Drex, who is the most abuser of women? The guy wearing the pussy hat saying respect women?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always that guy.
So the people who are the most anti-racist are in fact the biggest racists.
True.
Do you remember, Drex, the last time we went and there was that couple going to that like fundraiser and they were like going to dance and they were like the nicest people on the planet?
Yeah. We just went to Mama Goldberg's. Wait, what day was it? Was that Saturday?
It was Friday because you had just landed.
You're right. Friday. So Friday night, I arrive Friday, and she's like, "Hey."
And we leave the airport and we go to Mama Goldberg's.
So we head over to Mama Goldberg's, and I'm like, "Oh God, yeah, I've been missing these sandwiches. Let me go ahead and grab these." And then we get them, and like right behind us in line was this couple, and they were like dressed up, like when you look at someone, Tim.
Yeah, they were just very nice. It wasn't like super dressed up, but they were dressed like they were going.
Yeah. And that's why I asked them. I go, "You guys going out dancing?" Like, "Oh no, we're actually we're headed to a fundraiser." I'm like, "Well, damn, there must be some dancing at this fundraiser because he's like, oh, there might be." And like they were just nice, they were sweet, they were great people.
Yeah,
and it's like you have these.
Because even like that, their order was called and they didn't notice. So you're like, "Hey, are you guys this person?" And they're like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, thank you so much."
Yeah, it's like it really is a very nice vibe when like people are just like nice, they're friendly, they're cool, because I mean, there are certain places you can go where that's not the case. And
like Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, like Winn-Dixie, when you got lots of haters over there. But like, I mean, at the end of the day though, you want to we're in like this weird time where everyone just puts on headphones, kind of keeps their head down and doesn't want to engage. So it is nice every now and then when you bump into somebody who's not being a douche and who are friendly. So it's like that's nice.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, Kat, most of our interactions with other people, I mean, they're pretty fucking hit or miss in Alabama, man. Very hit or miss.
Well, yeah, because like sometimes like there really are sometimes where like the girl from last night actually, when we got our order, she was super sweet.
Oh, which chick was this?
Our pickup order.
Wait, where are we at?
Oh, Charlie's.
Oh yeah, okay. Tim, this girl had like the thickest Southern accent. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so.
It was cute, and she
was so cute. And I was like, oh my god, like oh.
Sounds like my kind of girl. I
we
love
tried
my
to
accents.
call you and let you know. She was adorable, and but once again, I am batting 0 for food.
Yeah, well, we have to discuss that. So poor Cat has the worst record for our food stops. Every single time, without fail, something happens with her order.
Every single
we go to
time.
Zaxby's. Yeah, man, we forgot the chicken in your chicken salad. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's half the order. You have a salad with chicken. Cost. Yeah, right. I'm like, what do you mean you forgot the chicken? So here we are. Fast forward. We go to O'Charlie's, right? We had to figure out what we wanted first. So finally, I'm like,
and they have a very convenient online ordering system.
Yeah, they do. So we order, and so Tim, this was crazy. I actually called it. This is how bad it's gotten with poor Cat. So I look over, I'm like, and I order the food, and because I ordered online, right? So order online, and then like it was maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes because we were getting ready. We were getting ready to leave.
Yeah. So the thing said 25 minutes, and we were just making a quick pit stop to get some stuff. And I remember sitting there looking. I'm like, what the fuck? What number is this? And it was like a person's name, right? But it was a local number, so it was saying Alabama, but saying someone's actual name. Like, let's just say I'm call him John Smith, right? You're like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm not gonna pick that up. And they didn't leave a message. I'm like, and then as I started thinking about it, I'm like, what if that was the restaurant calling to say they don't have your loaded potato soup?
What did I say, Drex?
Wait, what did you say?
I said that I bet you that they're calling to tell you that they don't have my order.
Yeah, you did. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. We get there, and that's when our cute little Southern gal, our Southern belle, shows up, and she just says it, and I'm like, ooh.
Well, because also like we, in fairness, we apparently ordered it a little bit late, and showed up like right before closing. Yep. So that's our new thing apparently.
What Drex?
So Drex was about to get out of the car to go inside because, oh my gosh, they're about to close. Like, I bet they don't know that we're out here. So he's walking out, and I can see in my rearview mirror that like she's coming. I was like, oh wait, hold on, like she's coming, but she sees him like open the door, so she goes over to his side, and she's like, I'm so sorry, we tried to call you. It was a very delightful
keep talking
Southern accent.
Keep talking like our thick accented girl.
Okay, is that your new king?
It is.
Okay.
If only your feet could
talk. Are we off butt stuff?
It'd be perfect for him.
Wait, what's that?
If only your feet could talk in that accent.
I do Morse code in that accent.
Now, wait a second. If you Morse code with your feet, but you're missing a toe because of frostbite, is that a speech impediment or an accent?
Ooh. Zinger.
Accent.
All right.
The other toes will pick up the extra weight.
Well,
anyways, okay.
One of the wildest things, though, is that like all these things happen, and in between all this, I surprised her with her belated birthday present.
Which, do you know what? Okay, no one's gonna guess what my favorite gift was.
Shit.
Hold on, lean back from the mic real quick. I can't see it. Move it. It's still there.
So this walrus stash that I'm supporting was one of her birthday presents, right? Because when we were watching the Chiefs versus Bills game, she was remarking about Andy Reid's walrus stash.
Mm-hmm.
and how I just find those
She's
super
like, oh my
attractive.
God, that's the hottest thing ever. I was like, so I trolled her by saying I would grow it out. So when I had that thick facial hair on Nick's stream, people were like, why the hell is this, his goatee so thick? It's like, yeah, I was growing it out so that next time I saw her, I would shave the inside and have a walrus stash. So I go to see her, and then she's like, oh my God, you have the walrus stash. I was wearing the mask because, the airlines make you wear the stupid
Yes,
mask.
I didn't get to see it until we got to Mama Goldberg's because it was so busy. I didn't, get to get out and hug him or whatever like we normally do. So, yeah, I had to wait. He's like, I'm not revealing it
Yeah,
yet.
it was definitely a mystery. And then we get to the spot, we get to her place, we get the food and everything. And then I didn't reveal her gift proper until the next day. She got me a gift too. Her gift proper. Oh, thanks for that bag, boo.
You're welcome.
We get to her gift of because she's a big Crash fan. And when we go into the gaming channel and start discussing more about everyone's games, you have lots to discuss with your frustrations with all the Crash games because you saying motherfucker literally every 2 seconds with the cheap deaths.
Drex, you've seen it though. There are deaths that I shouldn't have.
Oh, they're hilarious.
It was the controller. Hey, Drex,
Yeah,
it was the controller.
I pushed B.
I didn't say it was a controller. I think it's a software.
Here's what's funny though. When you watch when you watch someone playing games, there's this elevated joy in seeing someone suffer cheap deaths because you can't help it because so watch this. Hey Tim, you're watching somebody play Sonic, Mario Brothers, Crash, Super Meat Boy, right? You got Super Meat Boy, Celeste, all I want to be the guy. Some of these indie games. When you watch someone die 46 times in a row on the cheesiest fucking part, like the new Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, you can't help but laugh, right? You're sitting there because you're watching it unfold. You're dude, this is some fucking bullshit.
And now I used to do this on purpose too. I would not tell you that something was coming up.
Yep.
So do you remember those trap doors in the first Metal Gear Solid?
Yep.
In the armory.
Yeah, you had to turn on thermal goggles.
Yep. The cheapest death, right? Because they're so easy to avoid.
Yep.
And then if you watch the guards, they'd walk around them.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, that's clearly a floor trap, right? And if you were just walking, or if you just ran across it, you'd be fine. It's if you stopped on it, you'd fall in and die.
Yep. Yeah, when you know it, it's
I watched my friend die on those, and it's like it is the cheapest, most pathetic death in that game.
Well, because you hear him okay. So normally Metal Gear Solid, you would run and stop for a second, right? See their movements or something, or
go
if
to
they're
first
walking
person,
in water,
look around.
Yeah, a little look around. So when you did that, snake, and you're like, and the person's going, what the fuck just happened? So I'm watching Cat play Crash. The deaths got more ludicrous as the game was going on. I'm talking these were some of the cheapest deaths I've seen in a while.
Wait, Crash 1?
No. So I got her.
Well, no. Hold on. It was Crash 4, but also the Crash Team, Nitro.
Crash Team Racing.
Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, CTR is awesome.
The Nitro fuel though, Lou, even Drex they're targeting you.
So okay. I don't remember. Did you set a difficulty on that game, or is it just standard?
No, I didn't set. Not that I know of.
Tim, I'm not joking.
No, but if you played through story mode, it would get harder and harder.
Oh, did it?
But I don't feel like I should be the only one getting hit.
No,
Tim, I'm not joking.
Okay,
they were cheating her every race. It was okay. So this is what would happen.
I would come in the most I could come in was second. I think.
Okay, if she were in second, right? So she'd be in second. All she needs is an item that shoots forward to hit the guy in first, right? Rather than getting an item, do you know what would happen every single time? She would be in second, and the people behind her would get things that launched forward, hitting her and knocking her out of. She'd go from second to fifth. Then, in essence, the guy in first would just have that much bigger of a lead, right?
Oh no, but do you remember too when you would say you would be looking at the little map? Because I wasn't looking at that. But you're the person in first is ridiculously far ahead.
They were
of you.
so okay. So for
Mario
those of
Kart
you
had that too.
No, Mario Kart did have it, but but here's the thing: Mario Kart, it was hard to say. If you were going to be in front, you had to have something that like a shell, something to block another shell, right? Because if not, you would get destroyed because somebody was always shooting something forward, right? But in Crash, she kept getting items that didn't shoot forward, like oh, you got a TNT behind you, you got a potion or something, like nothing that can really like knock this guy out, right?
Now, if I recall correctly, you could press the what is it, the action button or the X button on the PlayStation to stop when it cycles through the loot. You could stop it like a slot machine.
Maybe. I don't. It's been so long since I played it though. Like I was just.
Oh, don't worry, the computer got it right.
Really
like if you saw some of the things that the computer was doing, like the computer was winning by like 6 and 8 seconds, which in a racing game is an eternity. Like that's almost a whole lap. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean,
no, Drex, I was losing by like milliseconds at some
no, yeah.
points.
So like I say, if she lost, it was one of the two. Either she's losing by like the slimmest of margins, right? Or she's losing by a large margin. But here's the thing though. If she were in first, no bullshit, Tim, she'd be in first for like 0.2 seconds.
And I would get it multiple times.
Yeah, she'd be like immediately get hit by like launched by like a missile or something. It's like, wait a minute.
So
and then another missile, and then
I remember that the AI on PS1 games, they couldn't make complicated AIs for other racers. I remember playing Destruction Derby 2 on PS1, and there were linear races, but then the goal was to knock all the other cars out of the game, like crashing them into the walls, just like Burnout. Anyways, there were also the second mode of races, which was a bowl mode, where you literally just all go into the middle and blow each other up, and you had to be one of the last ones standing. The AI was programmed to always go after you in those bowl modes.
Oh yeah.
So you're trying. So if you ever got unlucky and maybe one of your wheels fell off, and you're like, "Oh, I'm on the edge here. This sucks." Every other car on the map would come and smash into you.
Yep.
And it's just like, come on.
No, well, I was talking to Kat about this. I was telling her that there's levels to computer, the CPU cheapness, right?
Oh no, hold on, pizza game. Is that what you're talking about?
Fuck that game. Yeah, I mean, we can't really discuss anything without discussing the pizza eating game in Mario Party. Now, Tim, if you want to see a whole different level of fuckery in video games, just play Mario Party and then put the CPU to master.
If you want to see the two most angriest people craving pizza.
Yeah, okay. We were losing so bad, we started craving pizza. So we ordered a pizza after losing for like the 38th time in a row. Like, they were, okay, we were hitting the buttons. It wasn't like, because I think you have to hit like A or B or whatever you're hitting. And we're like this, hitting the button as fast as possible, right, to eat the little fucking pizza, right? So it's 2 versus 2. And as we're doing it, we're thinking to ourselves, there's no way they beat us, right?
Because we're doing this on normal mode, and we're like crushing it.
We're like, okay, we have to.
Because we have a game plan. It's like you take the crust, I take the inside, and then once you're done with the crust, then you can like help me out. Now I'll pick up any residual crust. Like that was the whole
Context
idea.
matters for a lot of these things.
Oh, dude, you're just getting demolished. Like, and the thing is, like, when we finally did beat them, we're like, oh my god, we finally won. We upped the CPU difficulty when we finally. I think we beat them like 2. I want to say like 2 times in a row. We're like, oh man, we finally did it.
Yeah, it was like the same thing with the dungeon one.
The dungeon one. So there's an obstacle course.
Oh yeah, that one.
That obstacle course. Oh, Tim, you want to make a game impossible? Use an obstacle course where the last part of it is random. In terms of it's the pipe game, right? Where you jump down a pipe, you come out of another pipe, you have to like find out which one gets you to the next pipe. The CPU already knows what to do, right? Like they can't get it wrong. So
me and Drexel are making games.
Yeah, we're making like, and they just
we're
boom,
steaming.
Boom, boom.
We're like, okay, you take this side, I take that side.
The audacity of the CPU was so out of control, and like the beauty of it though is like we're having a great time doing this stuff. Like it's all like laughs and shit, and it's like Kat talked about something that was on the serious note. I know she wanted to talk about the Dave Portnoy thing. And
oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, so now, Kat, there are people out there who don't quite know what happened. So give them like a basic rundown of what went down.
So basically, Dave Portnoy is a controversial sports news blogger, and he lives a fairly laissez-faire life, at least before recently. And he ended up getting Me Too'd by these women who were remaining anonymous, and Business Insider they wrote an article posting comments and police reports and all this stuff about him. He's like, none of this is true. Like, and but say he's a fairly controversial figure. He's had sex tapes. His computer was hacked 5 or so years ago, and there's been 3 sex tapes released of his. And so, like, you know, he's not the most tame individual, but you know, he had these Me Too allegations because they basically just don't like him because he's controversial. And they released the Business Insider article on the same day because they're owned now by Penn Stock Gaming, and they released it on earnings day, and basically it's to make the stock tank. And Business Insider is also run by a guy that is banned from the SEC for doing crap like this. So yeah, it's just, that's the gist of it. He got Me Too'd, but thankfully he had the receipts.
Of course.
So he did an emergency press conference because he's called El Prez. He had an emergency press conference and he literally went through the DMs without doxing the girls and just said, like, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. You were messaging me 2 weeks after and said you were bragging to your friends that I fucked you.
Honestly, that's why a lot of these allegations get defeated, is just, they can't stay quiet.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Tim.
Well, that
Deshaun
was the
Watson.
thing. Like, and one girl, literally, it was because he interviewed Trump that he was like, basically, he's like, I don't get political. The president asked me to, I was asked to do an interview with the president. I don't care who the president is. I'm going to do it.
By the way, have you been to a Trump rally, Kat? No. Why not?
Because I don't care that much.
Oh, I'll go to a Trump rally. I need you to get me a hat, please. Or a book.
Oh, okay. I think you can just order those.
No, I can't. I'm not an American citizen. And they're considered
right.
campaign donations.
Anyways, but so he's not a political person. They are a sports blog. But he was asked to interview. And so he said, you know what? Yeah, like, this is an opportunity. Like, it didn't matter if it was like Obama or Biden or Trump. Like, he was probably going to do it either way. But because it was Trump, this other girl got like super butthurt and said that like he like raped her. And he was like, no, that's definitely not what happened. He's like, it took me a while to figure out who you were, but then I heard the dog story, so I figured out who you were. And yeah, no,
the dog story.
The dog
not
story.
what happened.
Yeah, my girls and dogs.
Well, she mentioned something about having a dog,
Yeah.
and he was like, it was like, it's some kind of type, you know, tiny little like, you know, purse dog. And he was like, I remember you.
Yeah,
now.
it's funny.
Yeah. No.
Drex, there was a Me Too case here in Canada. A politician sued a media company for publishing 2 accusations against him.
Oh.
And so,
what happened?
Well, that case was settled out of court. The media company agreed to retract their story.
What happened to the other one?
So the 2 accusers, the first accuser claimed she was 18 and still in high school when he assaulted her. That turned out to be a lie. She changed her story after the fact and then said she was 19 and it was at a bar. The legal drinking age in Ontario was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the second accuser claimed that this politician, he's a pretty well-known politician in Ontario. The politician took her upstairs to his bedroom and locked the door while he climbed on top of her. Turns out he lived in a condo at the time. There was no upstairs.
Shocking. Shocking. Hoes mad, hoes lying. Like, well, here's the thing. Kat and I have talked at length about this, about these false stories, the women, 20-something women going after Deshaun Watson. None of these stories make any sense. Like, when you actually dissect these stories, you go, wait a minute.
Trump in the airplane.
Doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, Trump in the airplane. He lifted the armrest, and they went to the exact plane. Like, it couldn't have happened because that feature wasn't even there on this. I think it was a 747. They're like, it can't exist.
No, with the Dave Portnoy stuff, they were like saying that she was like in therapy, traumatized, like 3 days after. He's like, I talked to her like a week after, and she was talking about how she was bragging to her friends that she fucked Dave Portnoy.
Like,
well,
no, Kat, we got to bring this up. Okay, we got to bring this up. What is your view of this as you keep seeing now when you and I first met on Nick's show? And I made those comments that, ruffled some feathers. And I say, ain't nobody raping these hoes. I want your take as a woman with all of these cases. And almost none of them have been quantified, right? Like virtually every single case has been proven false.
I was gonna say that's the thing because I remember when Jameis Winston came out, and I had a roommate that claimed to have been raped. I'm assuming she was because I have no reason to disbelieve her. She was a friend. I lived with her, but she 100% believed the chick, and I had my doubts. Not that I thought necessarily the chick was lying, but I'm just like, it's just weird. Granted, I grew up in athletics. I was working in athletics at the time. I know the power that they hold. So this could have been pushed under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, and she did the right steps. Like she went to the police the next day or the hospital and got all the proper stuff done. But I was like, but it's still just weird. I mean, it just the more people are coming out and it's these false allegations, like the stuff with Dave Portnoy and things like that, it just makes it less believable for the next one.
Yep.
It's the same reason with Deshaun Watson. I'm like, I find it really interesting that like nothing has been really brought.
That's the thing. So there was another voice actor at Funimation, Vic's old company,
with
an underage
that
boy.
Looking dude? Is that the creepy looking dude? Right, looks like an anime character, right?
I guess I don't know. Yeah, he looks completely made of soy. Yeah, David.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he was the voice of Frieza, was it? I think
something like that. Yeah,
I
took a look at that guy.
The voice of Frieza was
he got accused of molesting an underage boy, and the boy produced the receipts. He dumped out DMs,
and that's what Dave Portnoy did.
Either side.
He was saying his lawyer told him to shut up and not say anything. He's like, no, do you know what? F this. I have the receipts.
See, that was Vic's mistake.
I can show exactly where they're lying. And they also did a part 2 to this on a second earnings day release. And now Dave Portnoy is suing Business Insider for what is it Vic's suing for?
A defamation.
Yep.
Yeah, he's suing Business Insider for defamation.
And
he's not suing for tortious interference, just defamation. Because they basically sent Business Insider the receipts saying that like because they asked like, do you want to counter any of this? And he's like, here are the receipts.
Shoot Rekieta some of that info. He might cover it on a show.
Well, I mean, he posted it on his blog, like the whole like filing is public on Dave Portnoy on Barstool Sports blog.
The problem is Nick never checks his DMs, so
he does when I
exactly. So that's why I say shoot him a link.
The things that you message him.
The things that he messages me. Remember that party you guys were at?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, you two are in cahoots. Well, here's the thing though. The reason why I bring up these cases with these false allegations is because
but it does make it less value. It's the same thing with the whole Me Too thing. I mean, this is Me Too, but every time someone comes out and they say something and it's false, it just makes it less likely you're going to believe the next one.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what the ultimate collapse of Me Too is, right? And I think it kind of ties into this Me Too thing. Technically, it is not Me Too, but the very premise is the same. Jussie Smollett, Juicy Smollett. Now, this piece of shit basically was on the verge of starting a goddamn race war. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Tim, you and I both know it doesn't take much for shit to like really jump off, right? Like some insane shit. Like wars have been started over less.
Well, especially not with something as dramatically staged as that.
Yeah, I mean, you could, dude. Do you know what kind of shit you could start by? Here's the thing: if you started having a bunch of gunfire go off because one group of people was truly convinced that another group of people were going around throwing bleach on people and with nooses and shit. If someone can believe that, it just takes a few people to start doing something.
The pizza shop in Washington, where a guy actually showed up with a gun and is like, "I'm here to free all the children," and everyone's like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Because they always talk about the pizza shop in Washington.
Yeah.
Some guy showed up with a gun.
Yeah, you can get some shit jumped off, and dude, like you can wind up having something go real crazy. So it's like that's why they would always say that there's that phrase, make sure you got your facts straight, right? Because if you don't have the facts straight, and what's the other thing that we always say? Don't jump to conclusions. Kat and I were talking about Jussie Smollett. We were talking about this fucking asshat, and here's why. This dude tried using every trick in the book. And who defended him? German Shepherds.
Kim Fox.
Kim Fox, prosecutors. Like, dude, here's the thing. The only reason why he's actually gonna do some time, right? Not nearly enough, right? Not nearly enough. The only reason why he's gonna do some time is basically because he pissed off the PD, right? The Chicago Police Department.
Yeah.
Well, because he wasted
resources. So really, like, you can make a valid argument. Cat, this is just about money. It's not about justice. It's about doing the right thing. It's like, man, how dare you waste our money?
I don't know that it's ever been about justice. To be fair,
never. Because here's the thing, if it were about justice, this is one of those pro tips for you guys out there. This is one of those hardcore black pills. If it were ever, and I do mean ever, about justice, that means that every false allegation would be prosecuted to the highest degree, right, Tim?
And the punishment would be whatever you were accusing the other person of.
They would push laws to go after false accusers. They'd be like this. Oh, no. Hey, we got something for you. From now on, if you produce some false bullshit story, here we're going to change all the laws now to go just as hard at people for false allegations. You have seen
and I think that there's a difference between false allegations and just something that can't be proven.
Yeah. Okay, if it is a wash, I believe that the Jameis Winston case is a wash, and that's basically what the judge said.
Yeah,
he's like,
that's what I'm saying. I think that is a wash. I would agree.
Either
side.
side.
That's the one. I'm like, I don't know exactly where I fall on that because, and Drex, you've talked about that. I'm like, it's the one Me Too case. Where I'm like, I don't know that he didn't do it. I also don't know that she's not. Lying.
It was like one of those things where, okay, there was a case to be made on both sides. So when you have a case made on both sides, usually, do you know how you know a case is bogus? When the side who's accusing doesn't have a case, right? So like Aziz Ansari. Anyone who read that article by Aziz, you're like, wait, what? Like,
no. Anyone who you mean like you told him to stop and he did, and then offered to pay for your taxi home? Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Oh, do you remember the twins who accused Vic? Because they'd always go to his conventions. They were always real buddy with him. They were like 19 or 18-year-old twin girls. And Vic's like, hey, why don't you come back to my hotel? And they're like, oh, he was just going to show us some like artwork or something. Right, Drex?
Look.
It's the same energy, right? It's like women get themselves into these situations. I know for a second that if a guy were to propose that I come back to his apartment, I'm going to assume he wants to fuck me.
Yeah.
Drex.
You're either an idiot or naive, in which case, do not hang around strangers if you're that naive.
Well, yeah.
I might be naive then. I invited Drex over.
She's got receipts.
And what does everyone assume it's about?
Yeah, right?
That we're married now.
Oh, now that's the thing, too.
There's things going on.
And there's an easy way to get out of this.
Me and Drex have actually had that conversation as well about like the first time me and him got met up, that we both had a little bit of like, they could be a psychotic person. Like, we've been talking for a while, so it wasn't like, like over online, we were talking about, sports stuff and just regular stuff, but it kind of came to a point where like, okay, like, let's just like meet in person. He made it a short visit because I don't think we slept 5 hours before you had to leave. And that's after staying up till like 6:30 a.m. My couch didn't bother you then, now did it?
Well, this is the craziest thing, though, is that like when we're getting to this point now where I tell people all the time, I go, there has to be something. And we talked about this in the live chat. Too much of the quote unquote manosphere has gotten to be like this doom pill, fucking bleak shit. I'm like, can people get back to having fun? Like, when I was talking to Kat about seeing this movie, right? This Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my god!
Wait, what was your favorite death in that movie?
I don't have a favorite death.
Everyone has a favorite death.
The part where I couldn't cover my face.
I mean, the only thing I will say is that whoever did the guy that cut his face off, like the black guy that had like his cheek slashed. Me and you talked about that. Drex.
Oh yeah, the makeup department deserves
the makeup department definitely deserves an award for that because it was beautifully done.
Brutal.
But I don't know that I have a favorite death. If I do, I guess it might be the black chick because she was sawed in half trying to leave the bus.
That sounds very satisfying.
Oh, it was.
Watching
Well,
a
no,
German-
it was because of like they showed her organs.
Yeah, they literally showed her like spilling out. It's like
Watching
God
a German
damn.
Shepherd get cut in half.
Yeah, she.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't because she was a German Shepherd. It was just the effects of afterwards. I thought it was just really well done.
Yeah, the killings in this movie. Because okay, so I told Kat, this was so funny though.
Oh no, I know which one yours is though, because you kept bringing it up.
Oh yeah, the first kill. Well, this is the beauty of this movie.
No, it's not the first. Wait, is it the first? No, it's not
Yeah.
the first kill. No, it's the kneecap.
Oh, our man Tex, Nick. Well, I'm watching that movie with Nick and Lady Rackets, and when that scene happens, and when you see his leg go, it's like, oh, it actually hurts you to watch it. Like you really go like, oh,
Because Drex, most of us have seen someone's knee actually bend that way
Yeah,
before, and
we-
you
we
know
see-
nothing good happens.
it's like, oh.
I'm like, I know what my favorite
Oh, God.
death scene or kill scene is, but it's not really. It's the wrist.
Yeah, the wrist snap in the beginning. Like, here's
Yeah,
the beauty of it.
because it had so many different murder purposes.
Well, we're watching this movie, right? And I remember obviously I had already seen it with Lady Rackets and Nick, right? So when it comes to
He's literally holding me down to watch.
oh
this.
yeah, I was pumped up. Well, this is the beauty of it. She is watching with the same reactions that we had, right? Because like in the very beginning of the movie, it's pure wokeness. It's all woke.
Yeah, self-driving cars.
Yeah,
and-
it's making sure that these people are they're so woke and so progressive. So like you're sitting there like and she's like, so she's like annoyed by like, does this get better? Do we have to watch this? I'm like, just hold on, don't worry. You're gonna get your money shot, right? Tim, Leatherface yeets these wokies in the most savage way ever put on film. Once he enters that bus, the bus scene in this movie is in the top scenes in movie history. Because like you know what's gonna happen, right? Because he gets on the bus, it's like a party bus. You're like,
okay, is it more brutal than the bus scene in Final Destination on the bridge?
oh, that was savage.
Yeah, the guy's getting like impaled
I
by
don't watch
ship
Final
masts.
Destination.
Yeah.
Sheet
metal.
Yeah, that was savage. But see, this one's more visceral because they're closed in, right? It's all the wokies stuck on a party bus, and Leatherface is obviously he entered the bus, right?
Yeah.
So you can't get off the bus. It's just he's just walking forward.
No, that's the problem. You could get
Well,
off the bus if they were not.
Yeah. If you weren't stupid. Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing,
every
though.
window on a bus opens.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Okay, when you're watching this scene, these people are panicking. Okay, you can always go out of the back of every bus, right? Every bus
Yeah.
has a back door.
Like let's assume because it's a movie that something happened and the door's stuck. It won't open.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, grab someone's head and put it through
You
a window.
but you have to have an emergency exit on top, which this case it was in the bathroom, I
Well,
guess.
if the bus is upright, it's almost impossible to climb through the hatch, like while everyone's running around and screaming.
Well, she had help. The chick helped.
No, but every window on a bus opens.
Yeah, no. So that's why the black chick died was because she decided too late to try to open a window. I'm like, you've been here for like 5 minutes already.
Did her
Like,
ass get stuck in the window and he just kind of goes?
No, she just got halfway out in midsection.
Ooh.
It was
That's
Tim.
brutal.
You have to
That's
if
brutal.
you have Netflix, you have to watch this movie.
No,
it's
but-
so brutal.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it Thursday
and-
night. There, I got we're popping open an 18-year
Oh.
Belmore.
Nice.
Drex. Also, we have to talk about winning time.
Oh,
And my new favorite man, and I'm so sorry to tell you this,
Mhm.
Boo. I'm so sorry. I have a new favorite man in my
oh
life.
God.
Is it Henry Cavill?
No,
Oh.
it's Jerry West.
Oh God, Tim. She
you know-
has the biggest crush on Jerry West. So
It's
I can't
funny.
help it.
It's going to be really funny, Drex, when she divorces you and hires Nick to be her attorney.
yeah, she jokes about
Oh,
it.
I've threatened it numerous times.
Well, the thing is, okay,
But,
so she, I actually gave the show a plug on the Flashcast this past Saturday because I hadn't heard about it, and then she convinced me to watch it. She's like, "Oh, it's gonna be really good." The topic for me is something I love, right? Which is the Showtime Lakers era, right? So like, if you're a basketball fan, it's must watch. But if you're not a basketball fan, I say it's still must watch, right? Because so Kat's
It's
watching it
so
and like
good. I'm not a basketball fan, but like, it is a really good show.
well, okay, here's the thing. When you get introduced to the people, because the show breaks the fourth wall numerous times, right?
Yeah.
Jerry West is completely unhinged, right?
Oh my god, I
And
love it.
you can't help but just be like mesmerized by him because like the actor Jason Clarke, who's an artist, you had to like learn about this guy.
Yeah.
And,
They knew nothing about him before he got casted.
and he just does an excellent job portraying, because Jerry West, obviously growing up in West Virginia with a very troubled childhood, goes on to be a Hall of Fame NBA player. He's the logo, right?
The NBA
Yeah,
logo.
he's the logo.
Which, but by the way, tossing this out there, whoever can send me a clip where I can make it my ringtone, you think that makes me fucking happy?
Oh God. Yeah, so they break
Oh
the
my
fourth
God.
wall. Tim, he jumps off the logo. So it's talking about how unhappy
So
he
they're
is.
talking about how he was made the logo.
Yeah, like, look at this guy.
And
He has
but
all
they're
these
talking about how
accomplishments.
miserable of a human he
Yeah,
is.
and he jumps off so it shows the logo. He goes, look, they even made him the logo. He's so angry, he jumps off the logo and tells the camera, "You think I'm fucking happy?" It's like, oh, it is, dude. The show is so great, and it's like, and here's one of the things that the beauty of this show. So, Kat and I were talking about this. The best part about the show Winning Time is that it's Bus that brings it all together, right? Because
Yeah, so yeah, we were the reading of the room.
yeah, like okay, there's a scene in there early on, and this is one of my. It's actually it might be my very favorite scene in the show that we've gotten through the 2 episodes we've got through. Right? Is that so it's Dr. Jerry Buss, who's going to be the incoming owner, sitting down with the old owner Cook, and he's sitting having lunch or dinner or whatever with Magic Johnson, the draftee, and Magic's dad, right? Irvin Johnson Sr. The way the scene plays out, though, it's miraculous because this snobbish owner.
So, but it also makes so much sense. Like it's just like it just shows you like the difference in personalities.
Sounds like the owner is like a Jerry Jones type of person.
No. Buss is. The old owner was not. So yeah, Dr. Jerry Buss is very similar to Jerry Jones, like just like a freewheeling playboy, Lothario, like kind of all out there kind of guy, right? But the former owner, Tim, think about this. You're thinking about drafting Magic Johnson, right? Fresh out of college, out of Michigan, right? Michigan State. If he's sitting across from you with his father, and Tim, you want Magic on your team, right? What should you not do? Think about the things you shouldn't do. What kind of things would you not do if you want him on your team?
I have an answer if you don't answer.
I don't know. Fuck. You put me on the spot here. Okay, so so the things you no. I'm overthinking this. The things you wouldn't do is talk about stuff that's not basketball.
No.
Oh, he doesn't get that lucky. He does something far worse.
Can I tell?
Ahead.
Say the N-word.
He's pretentious. He has this fancy fish that no one's ever heard of, sand something. And it's like it's super, fancy and nice.
Showing off your money.
It's showing off. Like
Magic Johnson and
not only that, it's not only that, but then they kind of start money negotiations in the middle of it. And the guy just shuts him down.
Yep.
And Jerry Buss is over there being like, we can talk about this. Like, let's get this guy a hamburger.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget, he does the ultimate cardinal sin. He disrespects Magic's father, like right there in front of him.
Oh, yeah, he does. And then, Jerry Buss comes in and saves the day because he grew up on as a working class person before he got into real estate.
Yeah, it's one of those scenes that like you look at and you're like this is the kind of shit that needs to be taught in school, because you can go out there right now. You can have all the degrees you want, all the skills and trades that you want.
Well, you can have all the money you want.
But okay, can you get people to work together who are very different? When you have this mindset of like I'm better than you. Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Literally in the second episode, there's a person that goes behind Cook's back because because they bring in someone else like, tell me what he's like. What am I in for if I, if I get him?
Yeah. She wants.
Is he like
the
this?
person wants to work with Buss, and that's the thing. when you have the personality, right? When you have the gift of gab, you have to be able to read a room.
Well, because she was sorry, I say she, whatever, it doesn't really give me away, I guess. But like the lady was even validated though in the first scene in the first episode. Because Buzz was like, she's not here to make your cocktails, bro. She's the one that innovated, halftime shows and brought bands into arena. Like she's the one that did all this. Like she's not, here. He wasn't like, as much as he was a playboy, he was not necessarily, or at least he's not portrayed as a sexist.
Yeah, he knows when to turn
He
it
saw
on.
value where he saw value.
Yeah. Like he knows when to turn it on, right? Like he knows like when to be a playboy in his private life, but when it's business time, it's business time. Like,
well, yeah, it's like because even when he's like, tell me what you want.
and poor Jerry.
What do you need?
Poor Jerry being Jerry is.
Oh, by the way, the best scene though is the throwing of the awkward face.
Oh god, when he throws the trophy.
And then the throwing of the trophy.
Oh god, it's god tier. Jerry is so miserable, sleeping in his underwear.
I need Jerry West in my life. I'm sorry, boo. I might leave you for him.
It's great to see shows like this because like it shows like that raw, naked truth. Like when Kat and I had first talked on Nick's show, Tim, this is what people don't understand. A lot of people were convinced that she was making everything up, right? I was like, dude, I come from that fucking world. Like, yeah, this is what a money drop is. This is what this is. This is how this is literally prostitution to get signees and shit. No, it's not. That's not true. I'm like sitting there going, dude, what do you want me to say? And Andrew brought this up, right?
Do you want me to bring a camera?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, look, shout out to my man Andrew of Legal Mindset because he said this. He goes, these people live in such denial that like no matter how many receipts you show them, they need more, right? Oh, I don't believe it's true. And like he said, like they'll literally be in the room still saying that you're making this up, right? Like I don't believe it goes down like this. They're in the room with you. It's just like, dude, fuck you, then, man. What do you want me to do?
Speaking of your best friend there, Ron Toye, he's been simping hard for Damon Mills.
Oh, shocking, right?
Shocking, right?
But what about Vic though, right? Like so let me
what
get this
about
straight.
Vic?
He goes after Vic on allegations, right? But then protects somebody where the accuser has receipts, right?
Yep. And Ron Toye, because I follow Cress's Twitter, right? So this is how I find all this info. Ron Toye come out and tweeted and said this happened a very long time ago, and that's not the man that Damon Mills is now. It's like, whoa, hang on a second. You're touching an underage boy.
No, you are.
That's not who you are now.
This needs to be said. Pedos are pedos. You don't have a pedo phase. You are a pedo. This like some of this. It's the same reason why in the court system there is no statute of limitation on murder, right? Oh, you did something 30 years ago, they can still bring you up. And you're going, why is that? Why statute of limitations? No, dude, because certain shit you don't get a pass on. You shouldn't be getting passes on doing things. Look, these kitty diddlers, we all know, Kat and I talked about this. There are going to be some people who go into prison. And, she talked about you said it was a YouTuber, right? That talks about prison life, about how these kinds of creeps get treated. If you're a chomo, it's over.
Oh, Drex, I know how they get treated.
Specifically.
It's game over. You're done.
So, at least in Canada, anyways, they have a thing called protective custody. That's where the snitches go, right?
Yep.
And the undercovers and the Fed boys. Well, that's where they put the pedos. Yep. Not because they care about the pedo's safety. It's because if something happens to them, the prison's liable.
Yep.
Right. And then it's paperwork and money, and it's like, man, your pedo ass life ain't worth us doing paperwork and money over, right?
Yep.
So they put them in protective custody. But you start something with the guards, and guess where they're going to move your ass to?
Yep.
Gen Pop.
And they're going to GP. It's over.
And there's going to now. No one knows why you're there, right? So you ask, is like, hey, what you in for? And usually you can get away with just being like, man, I'm just going to do my time. All right, you don't even know what I'm in for. And that's that.
They do research, though. That's what the Larry guy was talking about, that they pull records because all that's public information. So they pull it and see what a guy's pulled for. They know his name. They know his prison number. No, it's not the lawyers. No, these are prison people.
No, they get the info through the lawyers.
No, they don't. They get it through the library at the prison. This Larry Lautner guy talks about it. He's like, I was that guy.
Okay,
He's like, I would pull
That's
it
different than a Canadian
for them
prison.
because it's public information and I can pull it through the library. And so that was my job. When we got a new person, it was to figure out why they were in. And if they were in for child touching, then they wouldn't make it through 2 weeks.
Yeah, no. So what happens if you piss the guards off in the Canadian jail is everyone's got a little sheet of paper.
Well, you guys are nicer than
I guess. But everyone's got a sheet of paper, right? It says what they're in for.
Good job.
And the guard will just let it accidentally fall out of his pocket as he closes up the range for the day. Right? And then the cleaners come out, pick it up, put it under someone's door, and it's like, that's the guy who's going to go take care of business.
Yeah, no, see, they just have, it's just, prison gangs or whatever. He talked about, because he's like, I was in one because you have to join them.
In the state prison, you have to join a gang. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
It was federal prison.
No, in the Fed, like I say, in the Fed, based on where you're stationed, because like I said, remember, federal, you're moving some kind of commerce across state lines. So there is a chance you don't have to. Chance, based on what time you got, where you're located, right? Like Bernie Madoff.
But I think that maybe there was I think he was in federal prison, but he may have been like at state prisons for a while. I don't know. There was something, he talks about it though. But yeah, but I sent you the link.
The gang, but okay. Joining a gang is, like I said, shout out to my man Big Herc and the Fresh Out crew, because he talks about that. He goes, yeah, you wind up and you're gonna have to get affiliated because some shit jumps off and you aren't affiliated. Like they will come after you. Like this whole I'm just here to do my time, man. I'm not trying to get involved in it. Yeah, they're gonna make you involved.
They're gonna make you involved unless you can stand up for yourself. So oftentimes you do have to throw. You'll throw hands either behind, either in the washroom or behind the sink where the camera.
I don't think it was hands that Larry was throwing, or he wasn't throwing them, but what the people were throwing, I don't think were hands.
I mean, that's the alternative, right? If you don't take a side, you're going to throw hands.
Being alone in that environment is not safe. Now, that being said, though, when Kat was telling about this Larry guy, right, and him being a prison researcher for the gangs, right, it's what Herc's talked about. He said once it is known what you are in for, beware, right? Because here's the thing, you never want to be the dude that gets exposed.
Oh no, and he actually even said specifically, he's like, if it's a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old, he's like, we don't give a crap about that. He's like, that, like, it's like, it's when it's, someone basically hasn't hit puberty and isn't like close, he's like, there's some people that get in prison for, I guess, statutory rape or whatever, because it's like, there's an age difference, but they're close enough in age, so it's not really weird.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I've always said. If you can't explain your way out of it, you should know what time it is, right? Because like I said, if a guy's like 19 or 20,
it's like he's like, we weren't going after like 19 and 20-year-olds for dating like a 17.
Yeah.
In Texas, that'll land you in jail.
Oh yeah, same
Arizona. Jail.
But I'm saying, yes, it will. But that's what I'm saying. He's like, we weren't going after those guys.
Yeah.
He's like, that's why he was the researcher, because he was like, what was the age?
Yep.
Because he's like, it's the people that were like basically below puberty and like are not close enough in age, where it was like obviously nefarious. That's where he.
Then you watch out for Fleece Johnson.
I like you and I want you.
Now we could do this the easy way or the hard way.
The choice is yours.
Well, oh no! Sorry, that was we were just doing a voice.
The thing is, though, is that like we're in this like weird stage in our general culture now, where it's like, did we lose her?
Yeah, she
like
blew up her phone again. God, I gotta sync all these tracks. God damn it, Kat! Take your phone. No, anyways, I guess they do it a little differently. Well, also
the end result is the same though.
We don't have like a state prison too. Like we have, because Canada's criminal code is federal.
Okay.
It's the same law in every province.
Oh.
Right. So there's no like state penitentiary and federal penitentiary.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the divide is the 2+, right? So if you get a 2 years plus a day, you're doing federal time, as it's called, and they'll put you in one of the penitentiaries. Otherwise, you're in one of the provincial holding jails if you're 2 years less a day. Because that's I forget the term. There's a legal term
like the minor crimes or whatever.
Yeah. Now some crimes are like, I can sentence you to 2 years less a day or 2 years plus a day, depending on the factors.
Yep.
Right.
Like, is it your first time?
Like, did you have a gun using?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so whenever someone gets brought in, they have libraries you can pull the people's records because it's technically public record and they're there, so they can pull it. So if anyone's interested, not to like give a free promo, but Larry Lawton, he talks about it a lot. He was a jewelry thief, in like the New York, New Jersey area. Got caught, spent like 20 or 30 years in prison, because he got caught, and now he talks about it and reviews like failed crimes. So anyways, it's just interesting stuff. But like he said numerous times that like they didn't play around with pedos. Once again, not like a 19 and a 17-year-old kind of stuff.
No, we know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I told Kat, you and I talked about this. What does it say about our society that criminals have a greater moral code than the justice system?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because Tim, you and I both see what's happening in California, right? They're literally legalizing this shit outright. Yeah,
they're legalizing giving underage kids HIV.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. You look at the criminal system, and you're like, these dudes, these are considered the condemned of society. These are the bad people. Yet they have a moral code like, we'll allow certain criminal acts. This is our hard line, and we're not crossing this line.
It's just like the code in Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Captain Teague.
I remember those. I saw them. I just don't
in the
really
third
remember
one. In the third one at World's End, where they're doing like the Pirates Council. Right, and then one of them's like, "Fuck the code," and then like Johnny Depp's father in that. So in that scene, Flintlocks him, and he's like, "The code is how we live. It's how we die."
Yeah,
right?
Dude. Yeah,
like,
you need because you
the
need the
lawless need a code.
Yeah, even the law, like and you see this oftentimes in a lot of like the whole there's no honor among thieves. The problem with having like this whole thing where like I'm just gonna do whatever I want. The nature of like basically human nature will catch up with you, right? Because karma will catch up with you. If you think that you can just go around like a prime example, you're a jailhouse snitch, right? If you go ratting on people, thinking like, oh, I don't care, man, I'm just not looking out for me. Hey, Tim, how long do you think you're gonna get away being a snitch against dangerous people?
Less than a day.
Not long. Oh, you're gonna rat on the cartel, right? Yeah, that's gonna work out for you. You're gonna become you're gonna go into WITSEC. Try it and see what happens. And when you wind up being in one of those cartel execution videos going, how you know what? It's kind of like when you see those movies, they go like, I bet you're wondering how I ended up here, right? Like with a fucking C4 collar.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh God, here you go.
Don't you dare. You're teasing me with Sonic.
I know. Oh yeah. So that movie is coming out.
Sonic 2.
Soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim,
where are you going to be when that comes out, huh?
The plan is to be back in Alabama, hanging with Kat, watching Sonic 2. Yeah, sexy Idris Elba is like a thing now. I didn't know it was that serious, but apparently they like even created a new trailer with his Knuckles. Here's what's crazy. Kat and I were talking about this. What does it say about the state of movies that like other than the Batman and Spider-Man that just came out, right? These are like established heroes that have been around for forever, right? What does it say about the state of movies, Tim, that the biggest movie other than Batman and Spider-Man will be Sonic 2?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge indictment. And we get, someone might think we shit on movies and comics and games too much now because, you're just a negative Nancy on all these games and comics and movies. And it's like, no, because they really are garbage. We will find the good game, the good movie, the good comic, right? Tug just release his comic?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he just released his.
I know. RGE, I think, has finally finished his, right? Blade Devil.
Blade Devil, yeah.
Yep.
So, like, there are good comics. We will find them, we will enjoy them, and we will tell people about them. But you need to make a good product. And Sonic 2 is exactly what that is. It shows that every other movie, Star Wars, is trash.
Hot garbage. Well, Kat and I laughed about it because her sister saw it and like her family members saw it, right? It's hard to get a movie that like is gonna have broad appeal. That's actually harder than people think. Like,
oh no, so I watched it first with my little sister, and then I watched it with another family member that was older than me. And because they avoided it the first time because they thought, this is just a kid's movie, like whatever. I'm gonna go in the back and watch golf. Ugh. The second time she wanted to watch it, though, he came in and watched it with us, and he was like, "This is actually really funny." I was like, "I know, right?"
Does he know about the
I
new
was
one that's
like,
coming out?
I'm not sitting through this because I'm a great sister.
Right? Does he know about the new one that's coming out?
Does she know about it?
Does all your older family members know?
Oh, well, I played the trailer in the car, but that doesn't mean that they know.
Oh, I see.
And I mean, shout out to Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great robotic.
He was made for that role.
Yeah.
There are some people who are just made for roles.
It's about how it was the one thing that kind of really brought him back to acting. He said that he was like out of it before.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with Jim Carrey's more recent catalog, but we all remember The Mask.
Yep.
We all remember Ace Ventura, right?
Oh my God, Ace Ventura was gold tier.
Yeah.
We had Dumb and Dumber.
He was having fun. Like you could tell he was having fun making those movies.
Yeah.
Then he went into this and I think he talked about that in an interview, right? He talked about going too political and basically being mad all the time. At some point, you realize, okay, dude, just sitting here, whether you have TDS or not, it's like, this isn't making me happy. So like making a silly kids movie with an alien blue hedgehog, you can't help but just be like, I'm having a lot. Like think about, imagine he's making those scenes. You know that he's having fun making that movie.
Oh, watch the blooper reel. He's having a ton of fun.
I never saw the blooper reel.
Or I've never seen it either.
Oh shit! I'm shocked I haven't seen that.
Definitely check it out.
I want him to get the fat suit. I'm praying to God. Like my one hope for this movie, other than I hope it's going to be great, I'm hoping to God I see Jim Carrey at least by the end of the movie after he loses to Sonic again. I want them to show like a little post-credit scene where he's sulking and now he's finally fat. He becomes like
he's got like a tub of ice cream.
Yeah, he's stupid hedgehog. He's like just all fat now. Yeah. With oh God, I hope. Well, it's just I think that, like I said, we need to get back to like having fun because it's not just in the manosphere, but like in the movies, in the video games. The Last of Us 2. Do you remember what Neil Cuckman said? Remember that, Tim?
Oh,
this game's not meant for you to have fun.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like,
okay,
I mean, how do you know you lost the narrative?
Me and you played Icarus, or no, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we played last night?
Yeah, Kid Icarus.
Yeah. That wasn't exactly fun.
It's just brutal difficulty. So all the old games back in the day, they weren't meant for you to necessarily enjoy. What they were really meant for was just to challenge you. Like, because back then they didn't have like these huge worlds to expand upon. So like this. All right, Tim, we're gonna make the hardest game you've ever played to justify the money you spent, right? Nowadays it's the opposite.
Fun. Challenges are fun.
Yeah, as long as the game was like fair enough. Because they were always cheap.
Yeah.
The cheap deaths.
Do you remember setting up 2 ramps for your bicycle?
Yeah, right.
Right? That was somehow still fun, even though you failed 1,000 times. I remember using car ramps. You drive a car up onto these ramps and then you can like change the oil under them. I used to use those for my bike. They're not fun to wipe out on because they're meant to stick. They're meant for friction, right?
Of course.
It's not like a piece of plywood where you'll slide down it.
I heard man. Something. Wait, what did you say?
I just want to say, do you remember the one time you heard like, oh my God, I don't know if I've ever been any happier than I am right now?
Was that the honeymoon?
No.
I did just say that. I can't remember what I was saying that about. Like, what the hell?
I said it.
Oh, yeah, you
were in a different room. And you heard me say it. You didn't know what I was talking about till you came back. You're like, oh, that's what it was.
Wait, was it Jerry West?
No. Crash.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So she got the old model of Crash as an unlockable skin.
Oh.
Because she said that she didn't like the fact that Crash is like all well animated now.
Models.
Yeah, textured. Like
I'm like, look,
he was smooth in the PS1 game.
Well,
right? He was just smooth palette colored.
Yeah, he's blocky, but I was like, oh my God, this is classic Crash.
No, the texture in it, not the blocky.
Oh yeah, no.
Like he didn't have fur.
No. She wants him to be blocky. She likes the blocky Crash where he's all ugly looking, right?
Oh my
He
god!
looks like a big rat, and so she unlocks
You
it.
literally shaved a walrus mustache for me.
Well,
Oh,
she-
by the way,
Uh-huh.
we fixed one of our biggest marital quarrels.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. What do we do with Chick-fil-A?
The sunny side or sunny.
Oh, yeah. Because I've always teased her with her messing up all of her R's that she can't roll. So I would always say, like, oh, you want something to drink? How about this Arnold Palmer? And she would just butcher it in the worst way possible. So
I hate you.
Chick-fil-A has now they officially have, before it was an unofficial menu item. It is now an official item, but it's called Sunjoy.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
Sunjoy.
It's like, the fuck, Sunjoy? Like, we know it's probably copyright reasons, right? Trademark. Yeah. So yeah, we couldn't help but laugh, but it's just
I'm
like,
assuming Arnold Palmer is a person.
the
Yeah,
golfer.
he's a golfer.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, so we know that. Plus, that is his own drink too. So we're pretty sure that's why you can't use it. So it's like, yeah, we couldn't help but love it. The trips to Alabama have been great.
I'm sorry, that's you, boo.
Well, obviously, I mean, you have bad taste, but
I'm talking about me saying it, but okay.
but no, you have bad taste in general. Because
make her order.
Yeah.
Make
No,
her
I
It
actually
won't show
did.
up. That's the problem. I won't ever get it.
Yeah. It's only when I'm there, because I'm like, what do you want to drink? I'm like, Arnold Palmer, and then she'll have to like say it since she's the one driving. And it's just a delight. It's mwah. It's a beauty. But Kat, is there anything you want to say on your way out as we finish our recording for this damn episode of 5, 6, and 7 of these visits?
Well, I'm trying to think of what happened on 6. I guess nothing.
Wait, what the hell did happen on 6? Wait, I see they start blending. Like, so that's the problem.
Were we lazy on 6?
That's when we first discovered the biscuit company.
Oh, was that when that was?
You passed out, never
Yeah.
woke up.
Yeah.
That
Went
was
to
on
the couch.
7.
Yeah, I looked at my phone. So 5 was when we saw the waitress at that restaurant, right? 6
Mhm.
was the first time we ever went to Alabama Biscuit Company.
No, not Alabama. Maple Street.
Maple Street, my fault. Maple Street Biscuit Company was trip 6.
Oh, okay.
Hey, speaking
yeah.
of
Why
Crash
do you have that
Bandicoot,
on your calendar?
Huh?
Why do you have that on your
No.
calendar?
So my phone, anytime I take a picture, it'll like tag it like the
Oh.
location. So that's how I can like, oh look, I was in Birmingham on this
Oh,
day.
that's how you know when our anniversary is.
It says October
Okay.
10th. Oh, it even has your
I thought it
Nikki's
was
West
6.
meal. Well, that's the day I was actually there, I guess, or leaving there, something.
Okay.
speaking of Crash Bandicoot, Brawley's on Twitch right now playing it.
Oh, is
the
it?
the remastered one? for
Yeah, that's
PS1.
the one she was playing.
That's one of the gifts he brought me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to
the-
bring you the Spyro trilogy remastered.
Oh, you know what?
I've never played it.
I know
They
it's
have
but
Spyro
they're
in the
great
game.
games.
So Tim, she's playing it. There's a Mardi Gras level in the new
Oh
Crash.
my god, it's so good.
And Spyro, and they have floats of Spyro in the background. Like,
Okay, you have to confirm this for me, Cap. But if you enter the Konami code in Crash Bandicoot Warped, the third game, it should there was a playable demo for Spyro.
That's the one I was telling Drex I used to play. I played the demo. I never played the actual game because we didn't get the game.
Well,
because we were just a Crash family.
Well, I
remember playing the demo though.
I don't remember.
It was in the booklet. It was like up, down, side, A, B, or something. I don't know. It was something weird.
Excellent rendition of the Konami code there, Kat.
Right?
Drex and I know it off the top of.
Oh god, it's the most legendary code. It might be the most hallowed code in all of gaming.
Possibly. What does that mean? But did I butcher it?
No, well, you did, sort of, only a little bit, but no. So the Konami code is the most legendary code in all of gaming.
It's the name of the up, down, left, right, A, B star.
BA, so up, down, left, right,
depending on the console, right? So
yeah.
the SNES would use the AB.
Yeah, you'd reverse it.
Close.
But
yeah, you were close though. But yeah, that code.
I'll take that.
When Contra starts up, and you put in that code, and you got the 30 lives, like that and Life Force.
Do you remember when I would jump on the polar bear in the remastered Crash?
Oh god, yeah. You get
that's the second.
I got like 100 lives.
Yeah, the I miss some of the ludicrous challenge because like on the new Crash.
You were sleeping, yes.
Oh hush, I was resting my eyes. Well, in the new Crash, when you first started, they ask you, do you want traditional Crash, which means you run out of lives, you have to start over, right? Or modern, where you just constantly get those checkpoints. So Kat looks at me, she goes, which one should I do? I'm like, just do modern.
You're so mean.
You remove the frustration of Tim. Do you remember dying and you had to start over? Like you were like, fuck.
I'm watching Brawley right now and he's on his last life.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you have to start all the way over, whereas like if you're gonna play
the thing with the new one though, they introduce new characters that have different moves.
Oh yeah, some of the enemies are. Yeah, Brawley's not doing well on that first level.
No, they're in the fourth one, the warped, not warped, but whatever the time.
It's about time.
It's about time. You play like, at least right now where I'm at, there are two different characters you can play, but their moves are different. Like, so it's really difficult with those characters to play because you don't get the option to pick them.
Yeah.
You just all of a sudden show up and like, oh, it's this person who I've never seen before, and I don't know what they do.
No, but anyways, Kat, thank you so much for the very last second save for us.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
It was fun.
What a doll.
And like I said, guys who were expecting Minister Jap on tonight, I got to find out what happened to him. So we'll try this again if we can, if I can find him.
I've been attacked by a German Shepherd, like what happened to Ryan Coogler. You heard about that, right?
No, I didn't.
The director of Black Panther got a German Shepherd. He went to a bank to withdraw money, and a German Shepherd called the cops on him. A pregnant German Shepherd at that. And he got arrested. So, yeah, he ended up getting arrested. And then they realized, he's not trying to rob a bank. Yeah, she said he was trying to rob the bank. So, Tim, he could have gotten yeeted, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, he's got a gun.
Oh my God, he's got a gun. He's wearing a mask. They make you wear a mask. Like
everyone has a moment where they're just like, you get shocked or surprised by someone, and so you move your hands to your pocket, right? And that's a great way to get yeeted.
Yeah. Don't end up like that dude. What do you say his name is? Dylan something in the hallway.
What?
The guy in the hallway who reached when he shouldn't have been reaching.
Oh.
Remember he was pulling his pants up.
He's pulling his pants up. Remember that guy? And it's like the cop.
They told him to crawl.
Yeah. Crawl with your hands on your head. And it's like, wait, what?
And he was wearing gym shorts, and his pants were falling down. So he kind of reached down to pull his gym shorts up, and they're like, "He's grabbing something. Stop reaching!"
That shit was. Yeah. So I heard nothing happened to those cops.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, I asked Nick about that, and look, and that was a white dude. Now watch this though. Hey Tim. If that were a white female, what would happen?
Oh God!
Cops eat a white chick.
Yeah, right. Especially if she's a hot white chick.
If she's a hot white chick, game over. Oh, speaking of which, we talked about this earlier.
Do not pull guns from cops.
Well, here's the thing, though. Even our girl, our friend of the show, Miss Lore, right? Tim, after all was said and done, house arrest, right? House arrest. Like, if I do that shit, game over. If you
I'm burying you in a cemetery and looking for a new host.
You restrained both of my hands with one of yours.
Yeah, but here's what ends up happening. Now
you made me watch Chainsaw Massacre with no hands to cover my face.
Yeah, no, he's getting the chair for that.
Oh yeah. Like if I do anything, game over. Like the fact that Miss Lore is just got house arrest, like for grabbing a cop's gun, you got house arrest. Like, shit. Please give me house arrest for committing that crime. Now, I wish I could wake up tomorrow and be a white chick, and just like, what is life like to be a white chick in?
Well,
Western
in fairness, you did wake up. Never mind.
I like how she used the cliffhanger.
And then with that, good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Stay frosty.
Stay toxic, kids.